Welcome to What's on My Bookshelf with Jill. That's me, I'm Jill, your host and proprietor of the things on my bookshelf. This will be a weekly, well, really the time frame is TBD, video series where I will bring you what's on my bookshelf. It could be books, it could not be books. Stay tuned to find out. Okay, for our first book off my bookshelf, we have Emma by Jane Austen. I have not read this book. I started to, and then I didn't continue. In this particular edition, the introduction is this thick. I did not read the introduction. I felt like maybe it was a little more academic than I was looking to be into when I picked up the book. I didn't read any of it, so I honestly really can't even speak to it. I'm sure it's a great intro. No offense, obviously, to whoever wrote it. Jane Austen is a classic books here. Haven't read any of her stuff, actually. So maybe I don't love books as much as I claim to in the intro. But anyway, I got through chapter 1. So far, so good. And now what I will do is move to a random selection and read a paragraph. The like reserve prevailed on other topics. She and Mr. Frank Churchill had been at Weymouth at the same time. It was known that they were a little acquainted, but not a syllable of real information could Emma procure as to what he truly was. Was he handsome? She believed he was reckoned a very fine young man. Was he agreeable? He was generally thought so. Did he appear a sensible young man, a young man of information? At a watering place or in a common London acquaintance, it was difficult to decide on such points. Manners were all that could be safely judged of, under a much longer knowledge than they had yet had of Mr. Churchill. She believed everybody found his manners pleasing. Emma could not forgive her. I have no context for any of that, except curiously, she believed everybody found his manners pleasing. So he's a nice guy. Great. But everybody is 2 words. So teach me if that's a thing. I will probably go Google it. As far as the development of the phrase everybody, because I use it as a 1-word phrase, unless I'm talking about everybody. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna have to do some more research on this because she believed everybody found his manners pleasing. She believed everybody found his manners pleasing. Well, Emma could not forgive her, but I hope that Jane Austen can forgive me for whatever this analysis has been. Just curious. It's all a learning thing. Anyway, Emma by Jane Austen sits on my bookshelf. I have read chapter 1, and that's that. So thanks for joining me on this episode of What's on My Bookshelf with Jill. Read you next time. Get it? Read you, like see you next time, but read, because we're talking about books. Okay, bye. I hope not to do these follow-ups very often, but I imagine if I want to continue learning, I probably will, based on what we find on this adventure. But anyway, I found the spot because, as you can see, everybody and everybody are acceptable and just used differently. And so when she says she believed everybody found his manners body, I'm pronouncing it funny. It's like we should spell everybody, every B-U-D-D-Y. I mean, let's not, but it's how I'm pronouncing it. She believed every body. I'm overdue. I'm overthinking this. Every body found his manners pleasing. So she's referring to the body of people in the group that she's talking about. But again, we have no context for who the group is. So that's why maybe I was a little thrown off, is because I figured she was talking about everybody and not just every body in the group of people to which she is referring. But here we are, continue learning.